Okay, so we are outside. There will be distractions, but that is part of the yoga, is practicing how can we come back to ourselves, come back to center, not get frustrated, and just always come back. So we welcome these lovely distractions in the background because that's what life is. It's easy to be a perfect yogi in the Himalayas with nothing going on around you. That's not where we're at.
City yoga, I like it.
City yoga. I like that. I'm going to change the name. City yoga. Okay, so we're all feeling pretty good today. All right, let's just go ahead and get started seated. However is comfortable for you. I like to lift one cheek and then the other, kind of pulling the flesh out from underneath, so that way you get a nice, even, firm seat on the earth. And we'll just place our hands on our knees and just feeling our sit bones, our hips pressing into the ground. We'll inhale, lift the spine, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And just maybe close your eyes or soften your gaze and check in. See how you're feeling in this moment. How does your body feel? What's the state of your mind, your thoughts? How's your breath? Your heart? So we're just checking in, and then at the very end, we'll do the same thing again, just to see how it's made a difference, how yoga has helped. Beautiful. So if you want to keep your eyes closed, you definitely can. It's actually really grounding to do so, but feel free to open your eyes at any time. But on your next inhale, we'll float the arms up, keeping the shoulders soft down the spine. Deep inhale. And then exhale, place your left hand to the earth, reaching over with the right, rooting your right hip to the earth. Inhale, breathe into that right side body. Exhale, reaching the hands up to the ceiling, the sky. And then exhale, place the right hand to the earth, reaching over to the left. Inhale, breathe down the left side body, left hip, plugging into the ground. Exhaling back up. And then we'll inhale, place our hands on our hips, lift the tailbone, lift the heart, keeping the back of the neck long. Exhale, curl the tailbone, rounding forward, pulling that belly in, ribs in. And then we'll inhale, float the arms back up, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, twist to the right, placing your right hand to the earth, grabbing your knee with your opposite hand. Let your hip come forward. And then inhale up to the sky. Exhale, twisting in the opposite direction. Let your right hip come forward, left hip moves back as you look over that left shoulder. Inhale up to the sky. Exhale, soften here. Inhale, place that left hand down, reaching over with the right. Root that right hip down, breathe into the right rib cage. Exhaling up. Inhale over to the opposite side. Maybe open your heart a little bit more to the sky. Exhaling up. Inhale. This time we're going to round on our inhale, breathing up into our shoulders, into the back of the heart. Exhale, gently reaching that heart forward, lifting through the back of the neck. Inhale, floating the arms back up, straight spine. Exhale, twist to the right, letting that left hip move forward, right hip moves back, looking back behind you. Inhaling up. Exhale, opposite direction. Inhale, coming to center. We're going to do one more round of that. Exhale, or inhale, sorry, reaching over to the left, breathing into that right side body. Exhaling up. Inhaling over. Exhale up. And then take your choice here if you want to inhale into your cat or inhale into your cow, feel free. Exhaling into the opposite pose. And then inhale, coming to a neutral spine. We're going to lift the shoulders up towards the ears and exhale, move them forward, down, back, and up. And we'll do that 2 more times. Exhale, forward, down, inhale, back and up. Breathing forward, down, back and up. And then reverse that direction. Exhaling back, down, inhale, forward and up. 2 more rounds at your own breath pace. And then squeezing the shoulders up to the ears. You can take your hands to the sides. Inhale, inhale, and then exhale. We're gonna drop the shoulders. We'll do that 2 more times. You can even add an exhale verbally through your mouth. So inhaling up, exhale, inhale once more. Nice. And then just pause to take notice of how your body feels after those few simple movements. Notice if anything's changed. Maybe realizing it doesn't take a whole lot to feel more grounded and more open. Nice. And then you can gently open the eyes if your eyes are closed, and we'll come into a tabletop. We're going to spread our fingers nice and wide right underneath the shoulders, but then I want you to grip the mat as though you're trying to claw the mat towards your face. You're going to micro bend the elbows and wrap the elbows in towards your sides. Knees come right underneath your hips, and breathe into the outer edges of your hips so they spread apart, and then lengthen your tailbone away from your scalp and reach your scalp in the opposite direction of your tailbone. Breathing here nice and strong in this tabletop. Pressing into the shins, into the tops of the feet. Breathing in between the shoulder blades. And then nice and gentle, we'll do a few cat-cows. Keeping the hips spreading apart, lift the tailbone, letting the belly drop. Heart lifts, keep the back of the neck long, and then exhale, tuck that tailbone rounding, looking back. And again, if you want to switch your breath so that way you're inhaling into your cat so it's more in your shoulders, feel free. Whatever feels good for you and your body. You have to go home in it. I don't. Beautiful. And then lengthening back out. We're going to exhale. Take your right hip to your right shoulder, looking back. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, left shoulder to left hip. Inhale, lengthen. Doing 2 more times each side. Moving with your breath. If at any point I recommend a pose that doesn't feel good for you and your body, please move into something else or rest in child's pose. This is for you, not me. And then inhale, lengthen nice and long. We'll go ahead and stretch the knees nice and wide. Exhale, placing the hips, reaching them towards your heels, walking your hands out in front of you. And then we'll inhale, roll up, reaching through. If you want to, you can lower your hips, coming into a little bit of a cobra. Back of the neck stays long, so I'm not crunching here. I'm keeping my spine lifting up towards the sky. And then exhale, rounding back into your child's pose. Inhale, lifting, rolling through, coming more into that cobra. Exhale, pressing back. And once more, inhale, rolling through. Exhale, pressing back. You can always make your child's pose however you want it, with toes tucked, hips resting on heels. You can even cross your arms, rest your head on your arms. Whatever feels good for you and your body. Just taking some deep breaths here. And take one more round of breath. And then on your next exhale, coming back to that tabletop, hands moving back to underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to inhale, lengthen that left leg nice and long, tucking the toes, set your foot down. And then exhale, we're gonna press into that heel. And inhale, I like to roll forward onto the top of my foot, and exhale, kind of press back and through the heel again. We're just moving back and forth like this. If you need to come to your forearms, you can. If it's too much on the shoulders, it's whatever feels good for you and your body. I'll do it too. Nice, one more. And then we'll inhale, hold back, breathing here. Reach the back of the knee up towards the sky. Breathe into the back of the calf. Nice, and then coming back to our hands, This time we'll inhale, lift that left leg, reaching the right arm, extending out, pull that low belly in, and then exhale, curl, knee to elbow. But this time we're gonna inhale, kick that leg and arm out to the side, and then exhale, curl, knee to elbow. Inhale, straight forward and back. Exhale, curl, knee to elbow. Inhale, out to the side. Exhale, curl, knee to elbow. Inhale, open. One more round. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time, inhale, reach open. Let your belly drop, keeping the hips wide. If you want to, you can bend that back leg. If you can reach for your ankle. If you're good there, great. If you want to, you can push your ankle into your hand, bending that elbow, reach your heart back towards the front of your mat. Breathing. Allow your body to wobble, wiggle, that it's balancing itself. And then inhale, nice and slow. We're not slingshots. Go ahead and let it go, setting back down. We're gonna keep the knees underneath the hips, walking the hands out, lower the chest to the earth for puppy pose. Hips stay spreading wide, lifting the tailbone up towards the sky. You can have your shoulders halfway, like extended, but not all the way. And then you can either rest your chin or your forehead. And just breathing here. Whatever feels good for your body. Beautiful, and then we'll inhale, gently walk our hands back towards underneath our shoulders, coming into our tabletop. This time we'll inhale, lengthen that right leg back, tucking the toes, set that foot down. You can then rock back and forth onto that foot. If you need to come to your forearms, you can. It takes the pressure out of the shoulders a bit. So here we're just kind of opening up the fascia by rolling onto the top of the foot and then rolling to the underneath of the toes. And we'll do one more roll through. And then inhale, pressing into that heel, lifting the back of the leg up towards the sky. We're not inside. Breathing here. Nice. If you're on your forearms, you can press up to your hands and then inhale, lengthen that leg nice and long. Opposite arm extends in front of you. Exhale, curl, knee to elbow. Inhale, out to the sides. Exhale, curl. Inhale, forward and back. 2 more rounds at your own breath pace. Inhaling open, let that belly drop. Keep the hips spreading wide. You can bend that back leg. If that feels good for you, great. If you want to reach for the ankle and just hold here, fine. If you want to extend by pushing that ankle into your hand, bending your elbow, reaching that left shoulder back towards the front of your mat. Breathe. You have to push and pull to keep the stability, living in the duality. How can you find softness in the strength? And then nice and slow, inhale, release. Exhale, knee comes underneath. So knees right underneath the hips. Place your left hand into the middle of the mat. Inhale, keeping the hips level. Reach that arm up. Breathe into your heart. Breathe into that arm. Exhale, thread that arm through. Set your shoulder down and then extend your ear away from your shoulder before setting that down. Left arm can come overhead, pressing into the mat, or left hand on top of right, pressing into the palm, or to the back of the sacrum, or wrapping to grab your opposite thigh. Hips are spreading wide, tailbone lifting up, breathing. We have 2 more rounds of breath here. On your next inhale, lift that left arm up. Exhale, plant your palm back to the earth. Inhale, right arm rises. Exhale, right hand replaces the left. Inhale, breathing nice and big and deep and up through that arm. Exhale, thread that left arm through, setting it down. Extend the ear away from the shoulder before setting it down. Again, palm can come overhead, pressing, or palm to palm, pressing, or touching the back of the sacrum, or wrapping to opposite thigh. Hips are level. Left hip is level with right hip, tailbone reaching back and up, softening through the shoulder and the neck. Breathe. And 2 more rounds of breath here. Exhale, go ahead and place that right hand down. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, palms come to the mat. Walking your hands a little bit more in front of your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Exhale, press back, downward dog, pedal out your feet. You can take an extra wide stance if your spine has trouble coming to a straight neutral position. Really bending your knees deep too, if that feels good for you. Shoulders are somewhat extended out, but not completely. Reaching the top part of your scalp out towards the hands, tailbone lifts back and away from the scalp. Again, active in the hands as though you're trying to grip the mat towards your face. We're trying to activate everything here. You can even take some breaths in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. And then on your next inhale, we'll go ahead and lift our left leg. Exhale, curl in, knee to nose. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, curl, knee to nose. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, curl, knee to nose, hold, and then step that left foot up to your hand. If you can't reach all the way, just grab the back of that ankle and step it forward. Lowering our right knee down. Right hip comes forward, left hip moves back. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And then exhale, straighten that front leg. Keeping a micro bend, I'm tugging on the flesh of my heel. Nice long spine melts forward. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, move it through. We'll do 1 more round. Inhale it up. Exhale through. This time we'll hold here, breathe. You can windshield wiper that foot. Point and flex, just see what feels good for you, and making sure that our hips are stacked in the center. Breathing. Nice, and then we'll inhale, come through, planting that right hand down, inhale, twist, dropping that right hip, left hip moves up, open, maybe slight bend in your top elbow. Breathe. Beautiful. Then we're gonna spin our right heel out. Inhale, lift that left leg. So now we're in our side plank, modified side plank. Now there's 2 ways we can go about this. You can either just curl your knee in like a little bit of a crunch, or you can keep your leg straight and exhale it forward. Inhale, open. Exhaling, crunch that leg through, either knee bent or straight. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. Exhale, kick it through. This time, inhale, drop your leg down, arm reaches down like a big rainbow, heart still reaching up towards the sky. And then exhale, crunch up, trying to reach for that foot, leg straightens. Inhale, open. Exhale, lift and reach. Inhale, open. Exhale, lift. This time, inhale, open. Just breathing here into the side body. And then exhale, plant your palm, your knee, and then inhale, lifting up, downward dog. Go ahead and paddle out your feet, take what you need here, or just go into child's pose, whatever feels good. It's your body. Staying active in the hands, gripping the mat towards your face. Tailbone lifting back and up. Breathing into the sides of the hips and the back of the hamstrings. Beautiful. On your next inhale, we'll lift that right leg to the sky. Exhale, shifting forward, knee to nose. Inhale, open back and up. Exhale, curl. Inhale. Exhale, curl nice and deep, setting your foot down. If you need to scooch it forward, feel free. Left knee reaches the earth. Inhale, square hips, reaches up. Exhale, extend that front leg, take it back. Inhale through. Exhale, take it back. Hips stay straight back so we're not leaning to the left. Inhaling up. Exhale, take it back. Holding here, breathe. Nice long length in the spine. If you need to bend your knee more, that's okay. You can windshield wiper. Point and flex. Notice if this side is tighter or more open. Our practice at home should be off balance. If you have a tighter side, you should spend more time on it, go deeper. The more open side, not as much time, not as deep, so we can bring our body into balance. Just breathing here. Beautiful, and then we'll inhale, coming through, placing that left hand down, reaching our right arm up. Nice big twist, letting that hip drop. We're still reaching out of that shoulder though, breathing. Beautiful, and then that knee will swivel out, left foot swivels back behind us. Inhale, sweep that right leg in line with the rest of the body. And then again, either you can crunch with the knee into your belly, or exhale, bring that leg straight forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, kick. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Simul, inhale, let that leg drop, and then open up through the side body, breathing. And then exhale, crunch, reaching for that foot. Inhale, open. Exhale, lift, reach. Inhale. Exhale, last time, reach for that foot. Inhale, let it drop, drape that body open on the side. Breathing. Exhale, taking your hands down. Knees coming underneath the hips. We'll go ahead and take a little baby chaturanga. So a modified chaturanga or any chaturanga, your belly and your hips should not touch first. So our hands are a little bit in front of our shoulders. We're gonna wrap our elbows and then shift forward. My chest and my chin touch down, and then I lengthen out. Inhale, lift, baby cobra. Maybe you wanna take your hands away, that's great. And then exhale, lowering down. You can press back, child's pose. So here for a little added shoulder thing, you can reach so your fingertips are on the mat and your palms are lifting up, and then allow your head to drop through. This also might be easier if your knees are wider. Whatever feels good for you here, or just resting. Beautiful. Let the palms come down, and then exhale, walk them over to the right. Press into your left palm and feel your left hip shift back. Breathe into the left side of your body. You can play with lifting that left shoulder or lowering it down, whatever feels good for you. And then inhale, coming back to center, lengthening nice and long. Exhale to the opposite direction. Press into your left palm. Feel the right side of your body expand back, breathing. And again, you can either lift that right shoulder or lower it to the earth. And breathe and soften. Nice. On your next inhale, coming back to center, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Breathe into your hips, into your low back, your shoulders. And then on your next exhale, we'll walk the hands towards the hips, bringing the knees together. We're sitting on the tops of our feet right now. So you can either have your hands in front of you, press to lift your knees, or even one at a time, or you can have your hands behind you, lifting one knee and then the other, or both. Seeing what feels good for you, want to try and keep the ankles and the heels pressing together. So sometimes it's easier if you're forward or leaning back. And then we're going to rock forward, tuck the toes underneath the hips, and sit back. Maybe we'll inhale, and then exhale, bring the elbows together behind the back. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, come forward. Point the toes, sitting back. Again, lifting the knees, either one at a time or together. Exhale, coming forward. Tucking the toes. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bringing the elbows together behind the back. Inhale up. Exhale, forward. Pointing the toes. This time we're just gonna rock on the ankles. Nice. How we doing, guys? Good. Okay, awesome. Then we're gonna sit to the side, take our legs out in front of us, coming to the center of our mat. And again, I take the flesh out from underneath so I get a nice, good seat on the earth. And we're gonna kind of rock back into our tailbone, lifting up through the spine. You can take the backs of your knees, walking your heels in. If this is like enough of an activation, kind of squeezing the belly and the thighs in towards each other, you can stay here. If you'd like, you can start to float the legs up. If you want to, you can extend the arms in front of you. Or if you want to go full, shake, shake, shake. My legs are shaking. Woo! And then exhale, release down. Nice. We'll do that 2 more times. So when you're ready, inhaling, squeezing the belly in, and then extending out simultaneously, finding that duality once more, wherever you're at. I'm okay with leg shakes because that means it's working. Breathe. And exhale. Nice. And then one more time. Inhale, lifting up nice and tall, finding that balance wherever you're at, lifting. So we're pulling together as well as up and out. Breathe. And exhale. Nice. Beautiful. So now we'll go ahead and scoot forward just a little bit. Take your right hip, your right shin parallel to the front of your mat, walking the knee in slightly. Set your left shin on top. So this might be a little bit awkward at first, but your knees should be shorter than your ankles, if possible. Wherever you're at, or you can sit cross-legged too, or even like so. So wherever you're at in your body, making sure that you have both hips on the earth. We're gonna inhale, float the arms up, and then exhale, twist over to the left. I'm gonna use the back of my right hand pressing into my knee and then twisting to look over that shoulder. Breathe. Every time I inhale, I'm finding length and space. Every time I exhale, I'm trying to find a little bit more of a twist, a little bit more depth. And then inhaling up to center, exhale opposite direction. And then inhale, coming forward, sitting up nice and tall. We'll do a gentle, as though you have wood pegs on your hips, hinging forward slightly. You can always place your hands in front of you or on your legs Exhale, allowing your body to round even though we're still reaching out. Beautiful, and then we'll inhale, walking the hands back towards our hips. We're gonna take our right ankle and walk it closer towards our left hip. And then letting the knees come stacked on one another. We'll walk our torso down. And then I'm gonna lengthen my spine out and then reach my left shoulder down towards my right foot and my left hip. I'm gonna grab hold of my foot. I like to give it a nice squeeze here, just breathing. You can inhale, lift your right arm overhead, elbow bent, resting it down. Allow yourself to let go, relax, let go of the muscles. Always coming back to your breath, your body, and your mat in this moment. And then if you want to stay here, feel free, but if you're ready to come out, you can start to walk the spine back to center. And then we're going to stamp our right foot onto our mat, resetting the hips. If this is a good enough stretch for you, great. If you like, you can then reach through your leg, grabbing the back of the thigh, and gently pull your knee in towards your chest while using your left elbow to press into your left knee. And breathe here. If you want, you can roll the ankles in one direction. And then the other direction. Beautiful. And then just releasing the ankles, breathing here. We'll go ahead and release the leg and let that foot, the left foot, touch the earth. So we're in a gentle twist here. You can have cactus arms and let your chin fall to the left or wherever feels good for you. Try taking a deep breath in through the whole body. And again, feel free to stay in any pose as long as you like, but if you're ready to come out, we'll bring those legs back to center, unwind, and then hug the knees. I like to kiss my knees. Thank you, knees. You help me walk, run, jump, play, do yoga. And then we'll stay nice and curled. You can grab the backs of your knees, and if it's comfortable, you can slowly rock up and down the spine, or just come to a comfortable seat. And then coming up, so now the left shin is underneath, right shin's on top. Readjusting so that way both hips are on the earth. Sitting up nice and tall. We'll inhale, full arms up, always keeping those shoulders soft. Exhale, twist to the right. Breathing here. Allowing that left hip to move forward, right hip moving back. Every time you inhale, you're lengthening. Every time you exhale, you're softening. Do 3 more rounds of breath here. How can you make this so you're filling your cup? Comfortable, restorative. And then inhaling, coming back to center. Exhale, twisting in the opposite direction, little bit of a counter stretch. Shoulders are still down the back, neck is long. And then we'll inhale, come forward, sitting up nice and tall. We have wood pegs on our hips. So only going as far as you can while keeping the spine nice and long, hinging forward. Breathing long into the back of the scalp. And if you're ready, you can exhale, rounding forward. Allowing your body and your energy to wind down, feeling yourself grounding and connecting more with the earth. And then we'll inhale, slowly walk the hands back towards the hips. And then we're gonna walk that left ankle towards our right hip. Again, making sure that the hips are nice and even on the earth. Planting that, or no, not planting. Knees are stacked, and then slowly walking your torso down. It might take a little bit of wrangling. And then spine is nice and long, and then your right shoulder moves towards that left foot. Again, I like to squeeze that foot. You can even give your foot a little massage. But let your muscles go, let your bones go. Allowing your chin to release wherever feels good. Breathing deep into your whole body. Being here in this moment on your mat. If you ever get distracted, just coming back to the breath, back to the body. Feeling that beautiful breeze kissing your skin. Being grateful for this body, for this life. And take a couple more rounds of breath here, making yourself maybe 10% more comfortable, more grounded. Letting go just a little bit more. And only if you're ready, you can start to walk the spine back towards the center. And then take that left foot, setting it on the ground. Resetting the hips. You can stay here if this is a good enough stretch or if you're comfortable. Or you can reach for the back of that thigh. Gently pressing your right elbow into your knee. Pulling your left knee into your body. And then we're going to roll the ankles in one direction. And then the opposite. And then just letting the ankles go, just being here for a moment. And then we'll slowly release that knee, letting our foot touch the earth, and then right foot touches to the outside of the mat, cactusing the arms out, exhaling, letting that chin drop to wherever feels good. If it's in the opposite direction, great. If not, no worries. And just try to let go of your bones, let go of your muscles. Take a deep breath into your whole body, especially down the right side of that hip, expanding any areas of tension with oxygen and carrying out that tension on your exhale. And we'll start to make our way back towards the center, unwinding the legs, giving your knees a gentle squeeze in, and then we'll plant the feet, tuck the shoulders underneath the spine. Inhale, gently lift the hips. Nothing crazy here. We're just kind of resetting the spine. Exhale, let them down. Inhale, lifting back up. Exhale, down. Once more, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, down. Inhale, curling into our body once more. Then expanding out. So we'll take our feet to each corner of our mat, tucking the shoulders under the spine, making sure the spine is nice and long out of the hips. We'll slide our left foot over to meet our right. You can either stack your left foot on top or keep it side by side, or even put it underneath, whatever feels good for your body. If this is enough of a stretch for you, great. But if you'd like, you can start to walk your right shoulder down towards your feet. Coming into a big banana pose, we'll inhale, lift the left arm overhead. You can keep that elbow bent, and then allowing the chin to drop to wherever feels good. Allowing yourself to let go and breathe and be. Again, always coming back to your breath, your mat. We'll be here for a few more rounds of breath. How can you make yourself 10% more comfortable? If you'd like to stay here, feel free, but if you're ready to move out, slowly bringing the shoulders back to center, then opening the legs back to the corners of your mat. Maybe just pause to notice for a moment. Does one side feel more open than the other? And then when you're ready, we'll slide that right foot to meet our left. It might be different this time, so it could be, under instead of on top, or side by side, whatever feels good for you. You can stay here or start to slide that left shoulder down towards your feet, and inhale, lift that right arm overhead, bending at the elbow, and then allowing the chin to drop. Breathing into that whole side body from your feet all the way to your arm and your scalp. Exhaling, let your muscles become heavy. Feeling the breeze on your skin. Being in this moment. Take a few more rounds of breath here. You can stay behind, or if you're ready, you can walk the shoulders back to center, unwind the legs. Taking the feet to the corners of your mat, tucking the shoulders underneath the spine, lengthening the spine out from the hips. We'll take an inhale here. And then exhale, squeeze everything. Activate your muscles, squeeze your toes, your hands, maybe even scrunch up your face. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then inhale. Let it go, relax. If it's comfortable for you to stay in this position, feel free, or if you need to plant your feet, keeping your feet wide, resting your knees in towards one another to help your back, you may do so. If it's okay to close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a deep breath into your mind. Release your jaw. Allow the eyes to sink back into their sockets. Let go of the ears. Release the scalp. Feel the back of the neck soften. Shoulders soften. Arms melting into the earth. Feel this beautiful green light swirling around your heart, breathing into the front of your heart, sides of the heart, back of the heart. Feel this energy move down into your belly as you soften your belly, letting go of your hips, the groins. Feeling this energy move down the legs, out through the feet melting into the earth. Allowing your whole body to be heavy, breathing into it as though it were one orb of sensation and light. Allowing yourself to be here, trusting that I'll bring you back when it's time. Slowly, you can start to breathe into your toes and your fingers, giving them a wiggle. Breathing into the ankles and the wrists, the knees and the elbows. And we could take the arms overhead for a full body stretch, breathing in, flexing through the heels, maybe pointing through the toes. And then exhale, you can roll to one side, coming into a fetal position, resting your head on your arm. Opposite hand pressing into the earth. Just take a moment to offer your body some love and gratitude. It heals you, guides you, and nourishes you, all without being asked or told how. Thank you, body. Love you, body. And when you're ready, you can extend your top leg, pressing into that palm to slowly sit up, keeping the eyes closed or soft gaze. Coming to a comfortable seat. We'll inhale, bring our palms together in front of our heart, lifting our heart up to the sky. Exhale, bowing our mind to our heart, dropping our awareness into this space. Namaste translates to the love enlightened me, recognizes and honors the love enlightened you. Thank you so much for joining me today and for showing up for yourselves. Namaste. Yay. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all coming. I'm here for any comments or questions. I'm also on YouTube, Joy Scola, as well as Instagram and such. I have all sorts of practices. More power style ones, some that you could do in bed, some for when it's that time of the month, like just all sorts. So,
Love it.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, you got it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yay.
So nice.
Good. Like, I didn't even have a stand up today. So it's like sometimes I don't like to stand in my practice. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
I was like, oh, I guess we
Right? We can still get a workout.
I'm like not in the mood to stand.
Sometimes I'm not in the mood to stand. The whole get up, get down, I'm like, okay. So I'm glad it wasn't super noticeable because I know some people are like, give me the warriors. Oh, well, thank you, ladies. Yay.
Needed that.
Yay. I like to do more of that like yin at the end, especially at nighttime. So then I'm just like, I'm gonna go crawl. I know, and the breeze like felt so nice. Yes, I was like, thank you. And he like shut up and closed up shop like just in time. Like, they're going quick, yeah. So it was nice and quiet.